Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's tutorial is on this scarf here, and all you need is just a double crochet. To begin, you need a slip knot. So what I did is I just crossed it out and pushed the yarn into that little hole that I made. You know, we have different ways of making a slip knot, so please go check it out on YouTube. So anyways, yeah, we're going to chain 33 as our starter chain, or the starter row. We're going to chain 33, and again it depends on how wide you want it to be. I want mine to be like 5 to 6 inches, so that's why I'm starting with chain 33. So if you want it to be wider than that, you can go ahead and make it wider than that. So from the chain on the hook, you're going to count 3 stitches back, and it's 1, 2, 3. So you go into this stitch, the third stitch, and you're going to do a double crochet on it. I have a tutorial for double crochet in my YouTube channel here, so I'll put a link down below. So you're gonna go back in, and you're going to double crochet all the way down. So in order to make a double crochet, and here is what you're going to do: you yarn over, go into the next chain, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go to the next chain, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So you're going to continue this pattern until the end of the chain. So right now you're going to have 30 chains, because we already used 3 chains out of the 30 chain as our first double crochet. So I'm at the end of the row here, so I'm just going to finish the last chain on the row, which I think is the 30th chain. Make sure you count your rows, and make sure you count your chains, and make sure everything is correct. So we're going to chain 2 at the end of it all, then turn our stitch that way, and we're going to do the same thing all the way down. So it's just double crochet, y'all. And what we're going to do is, you see how this is? So you see those holes in there, which is under the chain, is where we're going to put our hooks when we're going through the next row, which is row 2. So like so is how you're going to do it. You see, there's a V right there, and that is a chain. So you will be going under those chains. Okay? Okay, so now let's start. Yarn over, we go under the next chain, pull through, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over. We're going to go under the next chain, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So this is the pattern that you continue to follow all the way down that row, just like we did on row 1. And this is going to be the pattern of the whole scarf. You just go double crochet all the way down the row, turn your row, go all the way down again, but just make sure you are having the same amount of chain, so you have a very straight row. So after the first row and a little bit of a second row, here is what mine look like right now. So I'm going to go ahead and continue sewing. So here is what it looks like after the second row. So this is the pattern. So I'm just going to chain 2 at the end of second row. Then I'm going to turn it around. Then I'm going to continue just like I did the second row. I'm going to yarn over. Then I'm going to go under this chain, pull through, yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through. So I'm going to do the same thing and go all the way down the third row. Here is what it looks like after a couple of stitches on the third row. So you're just going to go ahead and keep stitching all around till you get to 135. I did 135 for mine, but you can make yours longer, maybe 160, or depending on how long you want it to be. So here's another green one I was making at the same time. So this green one, if you can see, it's a little bit wider than the brown one. And this is, I think I've already made like 13 rows on this. So just to give you an example of what it's going to look like along the way. So here's the finished product of the brown one. And like I said earlier, I have 135 rows or 36 rows. I really can't remember. So all will depend on how long you want your scarf to be. And for mine, it wasn't too long. As you can see the picture earlier, it wasn't too long, but you know, some people like to wrap it around like 3 times or 2 times. You know, it all depends on your comfort of what you want it to be. So we're going to now close it up, and I'm going to show you how to close it. So here it is. That is my first stitch, and that is my last stitch under. So I'm going to flip it to the other side where my last stitch is going to be on top and my first stitch or my first row is going to be under. So I'm going to align the lines. Then I'm going to put my hook under the chain of my last stitch. Then I'm going to connect it to the first chain of the first row. Then I'm going to do a slip stitch like so. I'm going to do another one. I'm going under the chain like that. Grab one from the first row and slip stitch. Go under the chain. Pick up another loop from the first row and slip stitch. Under the chain, pick up the corresponding loop on the first row and stitch. So you're going to continue doing this till you get to the end of the row. You're going to continue until you get to the end of the row where you're able to close the whole thing up. And here's what I have. I have closed up the stitches, and I'm going to cut out 3 inches or 2. Then I'm going to pull that excess yarn out of that loop. Then what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to tie it, which means my yarn from my last row and the little yarn that I had from my first row, I am going to go ahead and tie it. And here's what it looks like after I tied it. So I'm going to just walk it through the rows of stitches like I'm doing right now. So I split it into 2, one to the left and one to the right. So I'm just walking it through those the edges of the stitches like so. And that's what I have on over there. So I'm going to do the same thing on this one on the right. I'm going to just kind of walk it in through. And this is if you have a needle, you can use your needle to just go in and out of each of those stitches. But if you don't, you can just do what I'm doing right now. And you're just gonna go ahead and do it till the end of the yarn. So that is going to be the end of the scarf. Here is what it looks like after I got done. If you have any comment, leave it down below. I made the hat too, and I have the link below. Stay blessed. Don't forget to subscribe. Until I see you the next time. Bye bye.